Okay, so let's go ahead and call Jürgen here. It's 200343, and I'm going to put it on speakerphone since you guys need to hear that he answers.
Hello. Hey, hi Morten, how are you doing? It's good to hear you.
What you just saw was Jürgen, OE4JHW, talking to me over Hams over IP. And ever since Hamshack Hotline shut down, I've been looking for a replacement. And, well, let's be honest, I've had this replacement up for a couple of months. And I've been thinking about doing a video, but I haven't really figured out how to do it. But let's start with what Hams over IP is. And by the way, I'm Morten, LB0 Fox India, and you're watching LB0 Fox India Norwegian Ham Ventures. And Hams over IP is an IP telephony service for hams, by and for hams. It's almost like Hamshack Hotline, just a different service. You use the same kind of phones. You can use soft phones, you can use PBXs, you can use SIP interfaces for analog phones, or just an IP phone you find off eBay, such as my Cisco SPA 504G or any other phone. And just to give a quick overview, let's jump over to the website here. And we have the Hams over IP website here. And it actually says the next generation of ham radio VoIP. And well, it's community driven. It's phone service for hams. And I'm not really sure how useful this is. It's fun. It's playing with technology, and I know a lot of you guys are going to say down in the comment section that this isn't ham radio, and you know what? You're correct. But it's by hams and for hams, and it's ham adjacent, so it's got its place in the ham radio sphere. If we look at the features here, well, you get a phone book, you have multiple endpoints per extension, which means you can use this on your computer, you can use it on a hardware phone, you can use it on your cell phone, and I'm out of focus here, so let's get the focus back. On pretty much any device. You can also use this for trunking. You can have PBXs on this, so you can actually create your own phone network and connect this to Hams over IP. So it's flexible and it's a lot more agile than Hamshack Hotline as far as I've seen this far. And then there's a wiki here. You can see that over here. And we're going to take a look at that because, well, we're going to go to the first page here. The wiki gives you a whole lot of information. And I'm not going to go into how to provision and set up your phones or how to buy your phones. I'm going to show eBay here in just a little while and show you where you can get phones. I got mine off of eBay from Italy. I think I paid 13 euros for mine a couple years ago. Okay, give that it smelled like Marlboro Lights, engine oil, and men's perfume. Well, it smelled like Italy. It smelled like an Italian auto shop, but quick wash and a lot of ventilation, and that fixed that. You have the getting started guide here, and it basically says that you have to create an account and send them a ticket in order to get your account up and running. Then you'll get an extension number, which is your Hams over IP phone number. Then you have some configuration guides here on how to connect an endpoint to it, whether it's a hard phone or a soft phone. And you actually have to do a little bit of configuring here yourself. You don't get the ready configure files as you did with Hamshack Hotline, but trust me, it's not hard. And there are videos out here on the internet which shows you how to set up your phone for this. But if you look at the hard phones here, there are guides for a lot of different phones. If we click into my phone here, it gives you a step-by-step guide here. And I'm going to embiggen this a little bit more. It gives you a step-by-step guide on how to set this up. So it's not hard at all, actually. And if you want a soft phone, let's go back and take a look at that. Gives you guides for a couple of different soft phone apps. I use the Groundwire for iOS here. I think that's a great app to use for as a soft phone. It feels like using a real phone, which it basically is because all phone traffic today is voice over IP. Gives you a step-by-step guide here as well on how to do it. So this should get you up and running in a couple of minutes, or at least under an hour, as soon as you've set this up. Let's just take a look at what kind of different phones you can get, though, and how much they are. Let's go over to eBay and take a look. And here we are at eBay, and let's just search for SIP phone and see what shows up here and how much one of these phones are. And I'm showing this in Norwegian kroner. Let's see if I can change this to US dollars. And here we have some results for you for SIP phone. And you can see here, it's not that expensive. You can get started with this relatively cheap. Let's see if we can sort this by... And this is a really stupid way of sorting in on eBay because we got all the accessories. But let's scroll down here. The cheapest phone is $4.90. It is, however, a high shipping cost here to Norway, about $30 in shipping. But that, again, depends on where in the world you are. $16, $14, $18. So you can see you can get started, and that's really cheap. And I'm not saying that these phones necessarily work, but if you do a little bit of search and due diligence on this, you're going to find a working phone to have in your shack. And speaking of phones, I do have one of these phones here, a classic Norwegian rotary phone looking like this. And I actually have some plans on getting this on Hams over IP. I have SIP converter on the way, so I'm going to connect this. And this SIP converter that I've ordered, and I'm probably going to make a video on that, also supports pulse dialing, so you can use one of these old rotary phones on it. And the classic ring and everything is going to make this an excellent addition to my shack. But enough about the hardware, though. We're going to take a look at what you can do with this. And I'm going to click the phone book here because there are a couple of services you can use. You can, of course, call other hams, as you saw I did when I called Jürgen. But you can also have conferences. You can see which users are active and talking and which numbers they have dialed. You can connect to all Starlinks, and we're actually going to try this, the East Coast Reflector on the All-Star network, which is extension 15001. So let's dial that and see what that looks like.
Welcome to the East Coast Reflector, node 27339. Your call is in push-to-talk mode. Use *99 to key the reflector and the hash symbol to unkey. Please hang up when you are finished.
And unfortunately, there wasn't any traffic on the East Coast Reflector when I did the recording. It's probably a little bit too early in the US in order for people to be active. But you can connect to a whole lot of different All-Star nodes here. And you can also set this up to your own All-Star node if you want to do that. There is an article on that on the wiki. You can also do different radio services or different audio feeds. You can see here we have different audio feeds here, which is really interesting. I'm guessing the music ones, I've tried a couple of those, and well, it doesn't sound good over a phone speaker. But the fact that you can do that is pretty cool. You can also, let's see here, you have BBC Radio, which is really nice to get the BBC World News all over the world from your phone. So let's go ahead and dial BBC and hear what that sounds like.
And we have the opportunity to use our smart human brain to create something that's better for the environment, for ourselves, for all of the organisms that we share this space with.
Alexandra Ravello, a marine biologist, was horrified then inspire to take action.
And that's the BBC for you. And as you can see, Hams over IP is a pretty useful service for hams, and it's relatively cheap and easy to get started with an IP phone or your cell phone or your computer with a SIP client. So there's no excuse for you not to try and get this going. I can certainly recommend it. It's a thumbs up for me. It's a fun service if you like playing with technology. And I guess that's it for my short overview here on Hams over IP. And now that Hamshack Hotline is dead, there's no reason not to try other services, and Hams over IP is certainly one of those services that just works and is fun to use. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video and by any chance watch this far, there's a thumbs down button as well. Do remember to subscribe and all that, blah, blah, blah. And also leave a comment down below. I also have memberships down below, which helps me cover the cost of running this channel. And believe me or not, but it actually costs quite a bit of money to run a YouTube channel. So every little contribution I get is highly appreciated, but most important is you guys watching my videos. So thank you for doing that. I'll see you down the bands. I'll see you in my next video. 7-3, my friends.